Dear students, welcome to second part of chapter Energy Flow in Ecosystem. Let us recollect what we have learned in the previous lecture. Ecosystem. An ecosystem is a community of living organisms in conjunction with the non-living components of their environment interacting as a system. Second, food chain. Interactions go on continuously between producers, consumers and saprophytes. There is a definite sequence in these interactions which is called food chain. Third, food web. Each chain consists of 4, 5 or more links. An ecosystem consists of many food chains that are interconnected at various levels. Thus, a food web is formed. And last, we saw energy pyramid. An energy pyramid is a graphical representation showing the flow of energy at each trophic level in an ecosystem. Keywords of today's topics are: first, biogeochemical cycle; second, carbon cycle; third, oxygen cycle; and last, nitrogen cycle. Biogeochemical cycle. Children, the word biogeochemical, if you notice it carefully, it covers everything on earth. Are you still finding difficult to understand the name biogeochemical? Let me tell you. Bio suggests all the living organisms on earth, that is biotic components. Geo suggests all non-living part of earth like land, water, air, etc. that is abiotic components. And chemical suggests different reactions occurring on earth. So what is biogeochemical cycle? The cyclic flow of nutrients within an ecosystem is called biogeochemical cycle. It is a movement of chemical substances due to interaction of biotic and abiotic components of the earth. Children, if you see here, there is a cyclic flow between hydrosphere to atmosphere, atmosphere to lithosphere, and which forms totally the biosphere. So this is called as a biogeochemical cycle. Let us see the types of biogeochemical cycle. There are two types of biogeochemical cycle: gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle. Gaseous cycle. Children, here main abiotic gaseous nutrient materials is found in Earth's atmosphere. Example: nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. Sedimentary cycle. Children, here main abiotic nutrient materials is found in soil, sediment and sedimentary rocks of the earth. It includes soil components like iron, calcium, phosphorus, etc. Now children, the air around us is made up of many different gases, including oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and inert gases. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen are particularly important for the survival of living organisms. The amount of these gases in the atmosphere is maintained by carbon cycle, oxygen cycle and nitrogen cycle. Now we will study about the carbon cycle. Children, the carbon cycle maintains the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by taking carbon dioxide from the air and releasing carbon dioxide back into the air. Children, if you see the diagram here, when green plants undergo the process of photosynthesis to make food, they absorb carbon dioxide from the air. The carbon element stored in plants is transferred to animals that eat the plants. When plants and animals die, their dead bodies get decomposed and release carbon dioxide back into the air due to the action of fungi and bacteria in the soil. In addition, all living organisms including plants and animals release carbon dioxide into the air through the process of respiration in their entire lifetime. Over a period of time, the bodies of dead organisms become fossil fuels, which are used by factories, power stations, and vehicles. The combustion or burning of fossil fuels also releases carbon dioxide into the air. So children, this is how the carbon cycle takes place. The circulation and recycling of carbon from the atmosphere to living organisms and after their death back to the atmosphere is called carbon cycle. Now children, in summary, the amount of carbon dioxide in atmosphere is maintained when photosynthesis, which is a process that requires carbon dioxide, is balanced by decomposition, respiration and combustion, which are the processes that release carbon dioxide back into the air. Main processes in the carbon cycle. There are two main reactions here. First is about photosynthesis and next is about respiration. Plants use carbon dioxide, sunlight and water to create energy. Energy here is being as a glucose and oxygen, which is released into the air. Next reaction is about respiration. When your body uses glucose, it produces energy. It oxidizes glucose producing carbon dioxide and water into the atmosphere. Next is about oxygen cycle. Proportion of oxygen cycle in atmosphere is about 21%. Oxygen cycle maintains the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere by taking oxygen from the air and releasing back oxygen into the air. Like the carbon cycle, the processes that require oxygen such as respiration, combustion, decomposition, corrosion are balanced by photosynthesis, which releases oxygen back into the air. Children, if you see here the diagram, plants give out oxygen, animals and we also breathe it, where respiration process take place and give out carbon dioxide, which is being used up by the plants in the atmosphere. So the circulation and recycling of oxygen within biosphere is called oxygen cycle. Oxygen found in various forms like molecular oxygen, water, carbon dioxide, inorganic compounds. Most microorganisms use oxygen for respiration. Such microbes are called aerobes. Microbes which do not need oxygen are called anaerobes. And last one, we will see the nitrogen cycle. Proportion of nitrogen in the atmosphere is about 78%, which covers more. Nitrogen is an essential constituent of proteins, nucleic acid like DNA, RNA, vitamins and chlorophyll. This makes nitrogen an essential nutrient for all life forms. Now we will see the important processes of nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen fixation, ammonification, nitrification and last denitrification. Interestingly, children, most living organisms cannot use nitrogen directly. So it needs to be converted into usable forms by fixation, either biologically or physically. Children, legumes have nitrogen fixing bacteria in their root nodules. These bacteria convert atmospheric nitrogen into the ammonia, which is readily utilized by plants. Nitrogen fixing bacteria along with free living bacteria in the soil achieve 90% of nitrogen fixation. This is a biological process of nitrogen fixation. Now let us see ammonification. When lightning occurs, the high temperature and pressure combine nitrogen and water to form nitrates and nitrites. These compounds dissolve in water and are readily used by plants. Now that nitrogen taken up by plants, it is used to make proteins. Once the plants and animals die, the bacteria in soil decompose the organic matter and release ammonia into the soil. This process is called ammonification. Thereafter, through biological oxidation, ammonia is converted to nitrite and nitrite to nitrate by bacteria into the soil. This process is called nitrification. The nitrite and nitrate are finally converted to gaseous nitrogen by denitrifying bacteria. So this is called as a denitrification. The nitrogen cycle is a sequence in which nitrogen passes from the atmosphere to the soil and organisms and then eventually released back into the atmosphere. So these all processes we saw now. First was nitrogen fixation, that is conversion of nitrogen into nitrates and nitrites through atmospheric, industrial and biological process. Next is ammonification, release of ammonia through decomposition of dead bodies and excretory waste of organisms. Next, nitrification, conversion of ammonia into nitrite and then nitrate. Denitrification, conversion of nitrogen compounds into gaseous nitrogen. So we will see, or we will define the nitrogen cycle now. The circulation and recycling of nitrogen gas into the form of different compounds through various biotic and abiotic processes in nature is called nitrogen cycle. So children, there is a homework for you here. First is, explain the following cycle in your own words with suitable diagrams: carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle. Second, what do you mean by biogeochemical cycle? Explain its different types. Third, write the main processes in the carbon cycle. Fourth, write important process of nitrogen cycle. And last, what are aerobes and anaerobes? Thank you.